Yannick, you just concluded.
Sure. How do you evaluate her
I think she's a better athlete. She's quicker out there. She's better able to hit shots off balance. And
she seems determined to bring her game up to your level. I mean, I think that's been her goal, and I think you believe that too, all along.
Well, I'm determined not to let her catch up, so I'm doing my best to keep some gap in between the two of us. But she really has caught up. I think I've improved a greater percentage than she did, and now she's going to catch up, and she's doing the job.
Martina and Yannick, thank you both very much. Let's go back to the booth now, and Pat Summerall with Virginia Wade.
Did you see the men's doubles match?
I did. I get very... I could understand how emotional they got, because you get so fired up when something like that happens that you really don't have control over yourself. So I had full sympathy for the French guys.
I think the moral of that story is Ken Flack should get a haircut.
15:30.
15:30 here. Jack Nicholson in the dark glasses and the hat.
He's a big Laker fan. He goes to all the LA Laker basketball games.
Big tennis fan, too.
Yep.
40-30.
Temperature has dropped down under the 100-degree mark. Still warm, but not nearly at what it was earlier this afternoon. It's up close to 110.
And the humidity stuff, yeah.
Well played by Hana that time.
Yes.
With the gusts of wind down there still, though I think it's a little less than it was a while ago, that was not an easy overhead to hit.
28 people have been treated at some point for heat exhaustion today.
You know, they had 35 yesterday. That's just sitting. That's not even playing.
Or talking.
She had the short second serve to go in on. You know, the other thing is that the actual surface of the court gets so hot that your feet burn when you're doing a lot of running, and of course the ball comes up faster when the court's so hot.
Game, Evert Lloyd.
Chris Evert Lloyd leads 5-3 in the first set.
She leads 5-3.
Hana has been neglected, I feel, this tournament. She's played a lot of matches out on the outside courts, and in a way I thought it might help her, but I don't know how much she really deep down believes she can win this match.
So you're saying if she played in here a few more times, you think she might feel she'd have a better chance?
No, I think taking the pressure off her might have given her a little bit better chance to concentrate on herself. Great serve. But at the same time as taking the pressure off, you need to really want to deep down do it and care that much. She's been much more relaxed during this last year, and I think she's going through the stage where she is beginning to pull herself together.
Interested to watch the toss here, because some of the tosses on her second serve have been very high, and she's sort of almost mishit the ball. That's got a lot of spin.
That's a good shot.
40 love.
Chris's ball just conked one of the photographers in the head. She sort of sorry.
Although Hana's toss is high, it seems to be that it's more consistently out in front than I've noticed in previous years.
Game, Mandlikova.
It's 5-4, Evert Lloyd, in the
Blue
first
balls,
set.
please.
We're all born with the capacity to give, to share, but as we grow, we get busy. We forget. To help revive those childlike qualities, American Express is launching Project Hometown America. Each time you use the American Express card, you'll help your community unite to solve its problems. For the sake of your hometown and the child within us all. Don't leave home without it.
What most people don't realize when they get a raise.
Evert Lloyd will serve at 5-4, first set. The winner to play Martina Navratilova tomorrow. From the Goodyear blimp. He's up there looking down at the National Tennis Center and the surrounding area. Former Attorney General William French Smith looking on. He is a good tennis player. Had a chance to play with him a number of times.
Chris comes up with such a difficult pass. She doesn't have any space at all. She really just, what we would call, threads the needle with that. Hana was in such good position at the net. Chris had to come up with the best shot she could.
30-15.
Still a little bit of trouble with her serve from this end.
Good smash.
Just a reminder that for our local stations that we will be staying on till the conclusion of this match. The men's doubles final was unusually lengthy, spiced with a few arguments, plus some very tight sets. Went with longer than we anticipated. We will stay with this one until it's over.
First serve.
It's crucial time for both players right here. Chris serving 5-4, 30 all. Watch Hana hesitate here when she makes this shot down the line. And watch her. She makes a shot, stops, see if it's going to be good. Then she has to hurry to get into the center of the court, and it was easy to go in behind her. If she had hustled right on in, she might have had to play on the ball. And it's set point for Chris Evert Lloyd.
She's done that a number of times on it. She'll get there. Game in first set. To Chris Evert Lloyd, 6-4. Took 36 minutes.
Second second set. Mandlikova to serve.
Hana Mandlikova will start serving in the first game of the second set.
Good serve. Much more decisive play from Hana.
Sort of comes and goes, doesn't it?
Yeah, but she seemed to settle down somewhat more and be heading her attack a little bit more decisively. Again, it's that conviction. You're more likely to hit the ball well if you're convinced you're going to do that.
Over as if to say, what am I doing here?
Or I better come in on something a little better, a little deeper than that. She's playing an absolute machine. If you don't force her into a bad spot, she's pretty apt to just flat knock it by you. Great shot.
Mandlikova wins the first game of the second set. Evert Lloyd won the first set 6-4. Mandlikova won the first game of the second set. Chris about to serve now.
Saying, man, how do you make a backhand passing shot from that far behind the baseline?
30 love.
Again, a reminder to our local stations that we will be staying on until the conclusion of this Mandlikova Evert Lloyd match. The doubles ran unusually long. The men's doubles final. Our allotted time to get off was 5 o'clock. We'll go after that.
30-15.
30-15. Again, a reminder that tomorrow at noon we'll start with that match. John McEnroe, the #1 seed, against #3 Mats Wilander. It'll be the beginning of a long day of tennis. The 2 men's semifinals and the women's final. Starts at noon Eastern time.
40-30.
The women's final will be contested tomorrow between the winner of this match and Martina Navratilova. That'll be in between. And in the men's singles semifinal involving #2 seeded Yvonne Lindell and #4 Jimmy Connors will come after the women's final. again. It starts at noon Eastern.
You know, it's marvelous. You've got the top 4 seeds in the men's in the semis. If Chris wins here, you're going to have number 1 and 2 in the women's in the final.
If she doesn't, it'll be 2 and 3.
Yeah, exactly.
1-1. Second set.
One game all.
You know, Hana Mandlikova seems to me to be moving so well, being scouted by tomorrow's finalists already, Martina. She seems to be moving and hitting the ball so smoothly and so well. If she could eliminate some of these errors and really be a little bit more patient, she would be giving Chris so much more trouble. It's close anyway, 1-1.
Yeah, that's because it's 6-4 in the first set and 1-1, so it's still very close.
Next commercial opportunity, this is for our local stations, will be a station break.
Let's enjoy this one more time.
30 love.
Perfect.
What a point. Back live at 30-all. Correct, at 30 love, sorry. Both these players are really hitting the ground strokes with tremendous pace because they both move well. First serve percentage, you see Chrissy 30% higher.
Those statistics, by the way, come to us courtesy of the Burroughs Corporation.
Game
to Mandlikova. And we'll be back at the U.S. Open in just a moment. Miss Evert Lloyd serving. She won the first set.
15 love.
Hana really prefers to go down the line with that backhand approach shot, but she's been passed so many times by Chris on the forehand, on Chris's forehand side. She feels she has to change the approach shot.
She missed it.
30 love.
This is a CBS News special report. From CBS News headquarters in New York, here is Dan Rather.
Good day. A 2-engine DC.
This has been a CBS News special report.
Back at the U.S. Open, Chris Evert Lloyd won the first set 6-4 and just won the fourth game of the second set to pull even at 2 apiece. Mandlikova now serving.
Love.
Martin Parker, the chair umpire.
Those errors are really the whole difference in this match. Chris just doesn't make an error out there, an unforced error, and Hana has got just too many. They're not equating with her winners. Great serve.
I think that gets back to the soundbite that Chris said. We have contrasting styles. Chris is the steady, consistent kind, and Hana is go for broke kind and make a lot and make some errors. Isn't that remarkable?
Yeah.
I mean, if you play the game at all, you know how difficult that kind of a shot is to even attempt, much less make like that.
You have to have so much control in your hands for that.
Net.
40-15. Just unbeatable, that.
That's where that two-handed backhand has so much power, and a high ball, being able to really nail it.
Game to Mandlikova. She leads 3-2 in the second set. Evert Lloyd serving 2-3 in the second. She did win the first set. Great lob.
Oh, that's terrific.
Earlier today in the other women's semifinal, Martina Navratilova over Steffi Graf, 6-2, 6-3. In the men's doubles final, Flack and Seguso beat Noah and LeConte in 4 sets.
I don't think that's going to work for Hana enough times coming in off the turn of the first serve from that deep in the court. You've got to get a shorter ball where you can be more punishing with it before you come in against Chris, I think.
Yeah, I agree. That's a little bit too ambitious, that.
You know, if somebody has shaky ground strokes, that might get away with more of them, but
Evert Lloyd's are not shaky.
no, anything but. Well, that's the graphite drop volley.
Also known as the blind stab. Surprised she didn't lob that?
Yeah, I say it so often, I hate to keep saying it, but just to me, just throw that thing high up in the air and at least make the person beat you with something tough. And if you get it deep enough, maybe you can get back in the point. She obviously thought she got there early enough to get around it and try to make a good, you know, ground stroke, but
serve.
Fourth double fault. It's 30-40. Break point.
Maybe just the fact that Hana is coming in even behind first serves is making Chris a little bit shaky on her serve, especially obviously the second serve.
Mandlikova in the second.
4-2.
Well, Chris has been not having much success with Hana's service this set. This is the better game for her. Chris has the wind a little bit behind her.
Love 15.
In this set, Chris, there's John Lloyd, Chris's husband. In this set, Chris has not gotten more than 2 points on any one of Hana's service games.
He's been playing exactly an hour. 15 all.
Chris appears to be a little angry with herself. Didn't play a good game on her serve, and then she hates to miss that kind of a ball. No pressure on her.
She doesn't usually mind that high-kicking second serve, and today she's not been handling it with much success at all. Yeah, good length. All those balls from both players were so deep, and Hana was so happy to get the short ball that she raced into it.
Unforced errors, 15-9. Not unusual.
About what you'd expect.
Yeah.
All.
Smart play by Mandlikova when she hit that looper. Saw Chris go way deep behind the baseline. She sneaked in.
She really moves well.
Yeah. She's so graceful that you know, it's deceptive. Martina's the same way. She moves so well, you just don't realize how quick she is.
gusty wind continues to blow. I'm sure the wind was a factor right there. Second double fault by Hana.
Frankly, I'm surprised that they haven't served more doubles. Here's the toss. It's a little bit high. She has to wait just a tad, and she just catches on the edge of the racket. That can happen to anyone. That toss gets blown around a little bit. It's harder to hit it. Now, this is a situation where I think if Chris would stand 6 feet inside the baseline and let Hana see her stand there, she might extract another double from her.
Put a little pressure on her.
Yeah.
Advantage, Mandlikova.
Hana trying to get ahead 5-2 in the second set. Wide. She does. We'll be back at the U.S. Open in just a moment.